We live. Welcome.
Man. I hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So we're gonna start it off with a Dre Who beat.
Cool. Sounds
And then
good.
This one, I was listening to it. This one's clean, bro, and I got some thoughts for you.
Okay, cool.
Are you gonna freestyle for us?
I can't rap, bro. I know you've been trying to get a freestyle out of me.
Anybody can, just vibes or anything. Hey.
Was this your favorite one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We got Dre and his cousins. Everybody got music and them start humming. Yeah. He does Tahitian, talking about drumming. He does basketball, talking about that running. I just wanna get to dunking my homies. I'm having some fun and I just wanna roll and go to a rave. You feel me? I drop it like that. I make some love and I just wanna give that tap. Double tap so I don't ever wanna die. What a zombie, I feel you. Dre,
I see you, bro.
Drop a beat. Hey.
Hey, bro. Honestly, bro, I can't rap. I can't, I'm past it. Hey, you heard the whole, all the songs I sent you, though?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry I sent it this morning.
All good. Hey, you can't just be talking like that on the beat. You gotta rap. Dre, hey, I ain't tryna do it, I ain't the best. I just practice, put myself to the test. I got an atlas on my chest. Got tatted back in the PI. I just wanna say hi to a lady at the coffee shop. She poppin'. Let me drop. Got some sugar and some cream for you. I got some pop. Hey, call it hip hop as I just listen to that pop. I have a step in my beat. I just come from the west. I speak, bringing that heat. Dre, who, producer, who just wants to get to the vibes. Let me call you. Come on over. R&B got our soul unlocked. We talked about love tonight, so I won't ever stop.
Dang, I got Christian freestyling on a whole track right now. We might have to record something.
Hey, shit, bro. I'm with it. We got ukulele, guitar up in here. For sure. So that was Turn Me On. I know there's a closing one.
Yeah,
there's a part on this.
Little switch up.
Hey.
Oh.
Get it. This is gonna pop for all the SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, bro. I like this one. This part, I feel like more people can rap on.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, call me Mr. Peep. I just wanna cream. Yo, got some trap in me. I just wanna speak. Yo, let me throw you a beat. I'm a rap all night. I got the heat. I don't ever wanna fight. I'm a good kid with mad cities in my vibes. Okay, I wish you extended that, bro. The bounce
I know,
for that was
yeah,
clean.
yeah. I think I might have to put an extended version out for that one.
Okay, so
For
that's
sure.
a teaser. We got a few more tracks here.
Cool.
Maybe by the third one he'd be rapping too. Maybe one of the cousins.
God, bro.
Hey, shout out, just for context, we got two cousins of Dre up
Yes,
in the
we
room.
do.
We got Joey.
Joey.
Sorry, my
Joey?
bad. Joey.
Joey
Who
and
does
Angelo.
Tahitian drumming
Yes.
and dancing. He also does ukulele. And we got Angelo, who coaches basketball, shoots video, journalism
Yep,
for
journalism.
Warriors, for both the main team and the development team.
Yes.
Damn, you roll deep, bro, with your cousins. This shit's that's the Filipino style.
I mean, yeah. I wanted to bring him to the little podcast, show him the KuyaChris.
Hey.
Yeah.
So just bouncing off that one first, though, I want to go into music right quick.
Cool.
All right, tell me a little bit about that track first.
Man.
Like, what inspired it? It's called Turn Me On. Okay, who you be thinking about? Can we move this mic a little bit so that it's not in your face?
Okay, cool.
And then, we can just tighten it right here. Then
Yeah,
move it up.
Turn Me On. When was that? Good. Gucci.
Yes, Gucci, Prada. Actually, I'm more of a Goodwill guy.
Hey, me too though. Me too. At the thrift, right?
Yeah, Salvation Army.
Okay, so Turn Me On. Man, I actually made that. Okay, when I originally made that, I just wanted to make something more dancey, more housey. It wasn't really about somebody, but when the final song released, it kind of just, if you listen to the words and got the feel of it, it was like Turn Me On. It's something more like sexy and bouncy about a girl. Like Turn Me On, like, ooh, you turn me on, like let's do something like that, you know? Just something that gives you a little feeling.
Like that vibe.
Yeah, the vibe, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody really inspired that one.
Okay.
My last EP, that was all inspired about one girl.
What?
Yeah, that was inspired about one girl, yeah.
Does she know that it was inspired by her?
Yeah, she knows, yeah.
Is this an ex?
Yeah, this was like my ex girl. So I mean, I'm
y'all on good terms?
Yeah, we're on good terms. Yeah, I'm okay to talk about it. Like, I mean, when that happened, we were kind of going through a rough phase. Like, I just moved to LA. She was staying out here in the Bay, but like at that time in my life, like I was like, bro, I'm about to marry this girl. Like I really felt that way, but being so far and like me being a guy the way I was kind of raised, I never really knew how to express myself. It's always had like just man up. I didn't really know how to share my feelings. So the only way I really knew how to share my feelings was through music. So I made a whole EP about her. And then the EP, like I was giving it to her regardless of what was going to happen, regardless of if we were going to stay together, if we were going to get back together. That's why that EP was actually called Letters. So it's letters. It can be letters to my ex, letters to my next. It's all letters to you. That's what it was. Yeah. So like when I gave it to her, we did get back together, but in the end, it just didn't work out. But I'm not mad. Like, I'm happy I went through that relationship, so shout out to her.
Shout out, damn, to those inspirations.
Yeah. It was cool. It was a cool little thing, you know.
Hey, real talk though, a lot of songs come out of that, man.
Yeah, and
whether it's good or bad, you know, if it was like the highs or the lows in a relationship.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like me right now, ever since I discovered like music as a creatively, like. I see this as a different way. It's the easiest way for me to express how I feel. Because sometimes I have a hard time putting that out, like saying it in words. But through music, I just like giving people feelings. I want people to feel that. So if you were to, like, say if you were to hear, I didn't send you that EP. So I'll make sure to send you letters.
Okay.
So if you were to hear that, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay. Also, send me like a picture of you in the relationship, you know, just to like give some context, right? On one of those dates.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
just tag me in the right photo so I have each one, right? In context for the feels, right?
I think I deleted all those pictures, though, bro.
I was actually saying that there should be an app, right?
Yeah.
That right when you break up, it moves all your photos, videos, texts, everything into a folder. Not immediately delete, right? But just immediately into one folder, maybe like 5 clicks deep on your hard drive.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't accidentally like run into that shit just by accident. Like,
and like get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, because this iPhone be messing with us, bro. Because it'd be making those videos of like compilations of like, hey, remember
the yearly compilation thing.
Yeah, and then it has those face tagging ones, right? So even if your
I have like 4 pictures of the face tag of my face.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm like, this is still me. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But then even if I have no recent pictures of her, right?
Yeah.
And then I go into the face tag, I'm like, 64 of her. Like, what the? Did I not get rid of this? And then I'll start reminiscing. I had voice memos, of us chilling and just like, I was like, I vibed out one day just listening.
Because every time I listen to my old EP, every time I listen to Letters, it puts me back into that phase. Like, it's either I'm thinking like, oh man, it reminds me of the good times. Like where I'm not stressing about it. But then sometimes it'll just put you in that mood of like, damn, I missed that shit. You know, it's different because like I feel like that love was so real, and the reason why I made that was so real, and like you can tell if you were to just listen to that and I told you this story, like you'd be like, oh man, he really loved her. You can tell. Actually, I played it for one of my friends before I ever dropped it. This was maybe almost a year and a half ago. This fool started crying, bro.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. He started crying. Like it started reminding him of some shit. So I want people to feel shit when they hear my music.
What was that track where you sampled Shihan? The Love Like This.
Yeah, that was for her. It was called Save Me. So that was on Letters.
That was part of it?
Yeah, that was part of it. Yeah,
shit,
so
bro.
So that's crazy because, bro, that was the first song like. So, okay, I moved to Irvine for school, and she was living out here in the Bay.
When did you move out there?
This was 3 years ago. So this love was 3 years ago. All this was stuff was all 3 years ago. So I was living on my own. All right. If you were to, I was DJing all this shit, and then I moved. So everybody thought, oh shit, Dre moved. He's going to UC Irvine. He's been DJing. I had my own studio as my spot, you know, but I was lonely as fuck out there, bruh. Like, I had a hard time adjusting to shit. So it was hard for me to express how I would feel towards her. I didn't want her to feel worried about me. So I started doing this music shit. We had rough times, so I made that song for her. Like, I want to love like me, thinking of you, exactly. Like, and that's her favorite song by me. That's her favorite song on me. So, like you, like
bro, I met you when you dropped that at
Kayla's thing.
Kayla's thing,
yeah, Kayla's thing, yeah.
I remember you had the striped shirt. You were tucking your shirt in too. I was like, this guy's swaggy. I always bring back the tucked in shirt, bro. I was thinking about
that was a while ago.
I was like, should I bring my fanny pack back too? This shit's
bring
clean.
it back. Bring it back.
I've been. Only when I'm running though.
Yeah.
When it's like a utility.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I felt that. I was like, this shit is clean. I actually started writing to it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it is a beautiful thing to see vibes in the music.
Yeah.
But then also, it's also interesting to hear the story behind it.
Yeah, cool.
You know?
Because that song is like exactly how I felt about her. Like, save me. Like, I might be in tough times, but with her, like, she saves me through whatever I have going on. Like, if I could just be with her and everything's all right. Like, that's how I was feeling at that time, you know?
Yeah.
So
how did you get into, let's backtrack, because you were saying that you were socialized in a way that you don't think you were able to really express your feelings that much, but you found music. How did you get into music?
How did I get into music?
Yeah. What was that like jump into?
So my dad, pretty much my whole family, they're into music. My dad, he was a DJ.
Word?
All my uncles are DJs. My uncle used to be in a band. A lot of my cousins sing or play instruments. So in high school, I was just playing basketball, but I would try to learn to DJ, but it was so frustrating. I just didn't do it. But after high school, I wasn't hooping. So I tried DJing. I finally got it down. Start doing that. And then I was like, dude, I want to play my own music in the club or whatever venue I'm at. So I just got into production, and I use Ableton. It took me a minute to figure out what program I really like, but honestly, I sat down. I did a lot of shit when I moved to Irvine. Is it okay if I cuss?
Yeah.
No, I did a lot of stuff when I moved to Irvine. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself a year on Ableton. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. But let's see where this takes me in a year. And that's pretty much how it started. So I've always had the music background, and my dad, he actually wanted to be a producer as well, but he had me. So
you had to work.
It's cool that it kind of got passed down to me. Yeah.
And then you also got into producing because did someone teach you, or did you just do it yourself?
I taught myself. So all YouTube tutorials. all
Hey,
YouTube.
shout out to
all
YouTube, bro.
YouTube tutorials for real.
We were just talking about that. I was talking with my friend and Chris Burha. He also produces, and same thing.
Yeah,
so YouTube.
I was just watching that last night.
Yeah, and then I had another friend, and we were just talking last night. We were vibing here. We were talking about the power of the internet. All right, and then how everything is just on the internet right now, and we caught up this picture where the largest car service, taxi service has no actual cars. It's Uber, right? The largest real estate company, rental company is Airbnb. It has no actual real estate.
Yeah, it's not a hotel. It's not a
The largest up and coming bank has no actual physical bank, Bitcoin. You have all these things. Like you're like, wait a minute. This
like
is
everything is
on
online,
the internet.
like internet stuff. It's really crazy. Like that's how you learn now.
Yeah,
it's the technology, man.
I go University of Google.
That's where you're graduating from, University of Google. You got a master's.
So when you do your music production, right? Do you just sit down and do it? Does something come to you, like in terms of an inspiration?
So
what's the process like?
Yeah, usually I'll sit down and whatever comes to me. But what I've noticed is when I'm most inspired and when I make my best work is when I go through something with a girl.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true, bro.
I don't know why. Like if I just take a girl out on a date and I like her, like I'm gonna make a good ass song or something like that. Really, I feel that I like.
Yeah,
love inspires my music pretty much.
What I gotta say, your vibe, bro, is a dope R&B. Like it has new school elements, but it's still a kickback.
Yeah, that's
to like
exactly
the late 90s.
Yeah,
a little bit where it's that music soul child. Yes, that kind of vibe. Like, and I was listening to that the episode 4 of shout out to Homebrew Radio. That shit, I like your format, bro. I like where it's a mix. Yeah, and you have the tracks and you splice in the dialogue.
Yeah,
in between,
and we're talking. Yeah, how we do that is just I tell the guests pick their favorite songs and I play. Like I'm not playing my favorite songs. I'm playing what you listen to. I leave a microphone in the middle and we just talk. So all the conversation is natural. It's not because when you have guests, it's more of like an interview. It's not really a conversation. Like that's why I like your podcast. It feels more natural. Like we're having a conversation right now. So I wanted something like that, not where somebody comes on an interview and you get the same old questions like, when is your album drop? Blah, 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 all this. Like, I just put the microphone in the middle and let's talk, and everything's natural. The music's there, and then I don't know, it just fits like how you were listening to our episode with me, Angelo, and Joey, right?
Ooh,
like that's one of my favorite episodes.
It's one of my favorites too, man. Joey was talking about this coffee shop girl.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And it's relatable. I don't know if it's a Filipino thing. What's with this romance shit? Like
we're lovers,
I
man.
know. I think it is, bro. There's something about like maybe the culture, like even with the Filipino Americans, we be feeling that vibe. Yeah. Like it was with our like
when you
something
when you. I don't know, but it's just I'll just speak on myself. When I know if I like somebody or if I'm feeling somebody or not, and then I'll go out of my way for you, or I'll make sure I like you and I'm feeling you, and I'm not scared to let you know. Like it might make you a little uncomfortable because it's something new sometimes, especially now. Like how do you really get at a girl now?
You
in
follow
this time.
on IG.
Exactly,
you send
right?
an emoji first, but the non-dirty emojis, right?
Oh, not the tongue out?
Yeah, not tongue. Maybe that's like the 4th emoji down the road, right?
Like 2 a.m.
Yeah, you gotta be following, start a streak on Snapchat.
Yeah, see, that's how it is now. Yeah. But how I like, I'm more old school. Like I grew up on the old school stuff where it's like, let me call you before you sleep. Let me wake you up in the morning. Yeah. Like give me a call real quick instead of text me, because like I know you're busy. We're both busy. Like I don't want you to text me because I might be busy. I might not be able to text you 2 hours later, and it just there's a disconnect. Like all this is supposed to connect us, but it really it feels like it disconnects us. So I just like the old school stuff where let's just talk. Let me find out what you're about.
Tell me that we're on this vibe. Tell me what you feel about the music right now, especially when we're talking about like R&B, because we'd be talking a little bit about how the golden era it feels for me at least of that R&B was the Music Soul Child era of that early 2000s, late 90s, right, and then it shifted in that late like mid 2000s where it got into this club R&B, right, and
where it wasn't really R&B, but that's the only real way, like, okay, I guess this is R&B, right? I like the state of music right now, but I feel like we just miss R&B, like the old school feel. But every generation is gonna say that, like, this isn't real music. That it cycles like that every time. Like, say when like right now, I don't even know what real R&B artists are. There's like only a handful,
there's
right?
only a handful, but I think there's like a new school, this new wave of kind of. I was talking to my friend how about it's kind of like sad R&B, but then it's like that real like, oh, we had a good thing, but ain't that really happening? The whole Khalid, Daniel Caesar, and then you have these Sabrina Claudio.
That's definitely R&B, Smith. Right?
Yeah, see? So it's like this new like kind of, it has the new school production. But it's not. In terms of the content, it's definitely not the roses and beautiful pictures of
and
what
the
it
sound.
was. Like the whole like just talking about love and everything.
It's just, I don't know why. Like it's weird, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and I
but
do agree.
Doesn't it make you appreciate that you grew up on that kind of music though as well?
You know what I appreciate is I'm hella old, right? I'm 26. Well, not hella old.
I'm 24, man.
Okay, but I'm older than a lot of my classmates at school. Right? And then we be doing some of these activities where it's like an icebreaker and you sing a song, right? What was dope was I was in a space with hella Filipinos, and then I was like, yo, what song will we sing next? Boys to Men. Oh no, we've come. They all knew it. I was like, this is
You're
at
like,
least,
hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks to Magic Mike for retaining our culture of having us
Shout out that Magic Mike though.
Yeah. End of the Road and On Bended Knee. They were 19, 18. They knew that.
And they knew it, right?
They knew it. All right. So, but there were other songs I was like, I don't know this shit. This like these new like Ariana Grande, some of the new ones. Like, I ain't on that.
Like, wait, what is this?
Yeah, like some of them are on new shit that I'm totally oblivious about.
I think we just love that music so much that it's time. I feel like those songs and artists, it's all timeless. Those 90s music, that early 2000s, it's timeless. And we were at that age that we were really growing up on that, and that's how you thought love should be like. Because now it's like, what are you really talking about? When they're singing in a song, it's like me on my, or Snapchat me that.
I think the first transition, this reminds me, I think it was fucking Kiss Me Through the Phone. Like, what kind of...
Like, hold on, bro.
No. That's the transition into these Snapchat songs. Remember that? I think that was the song that started transitioning hip-hop into...
That song kind of slapped, though.
It did. Hey, that song got hella buys on ringtones.
Soulja Boy.
I think
that was everyone's ringtone.
That was everyone's ringtone. Yeah. That was one of the first mass sales of ringtones.
Yeah.
And he actually made hella bank off that, if I remember right.
That was the start of that whole technology, internet stuff.
Yeah. Did you have the Razor in middle school? No?
Man,
Sidekick?
I wanted the Razor. I was one of those that wanted the Razor and wanted the Sidekick, but couldn't get it. So I had one of those other, like, push screen, flip phone things, bro. Like, I don't even LG something, bro, like
I didn't have it either, bro.
Right? Like, fuck. Why is everyone else got the Sidekick where you can flip up? Like that was a cool thing back in the day. Yeah. Full keyboard.
I
miss that.
Yeah.
I miss the full keyboard, man.
So we're talking about like timeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see yourself doing with music production and all? Like, what's your goal in this?
Currently right now, I wanna produce for artists. I just wanna be I just want to maximize my potential as a producer. So I don't want to stay in one lane. Like, I don't want to specifically make one sound, but I know what my one sound is. My one sound is that soulful, exactly what you described. That's my sound. But I want to make stuff for rappers. I want to make a little like dancey beats. So I just want to I want to create stuff, build, and just see how far I can get as an individual. Like, I want to maximize my potential in music. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, and let's see where it takes me.
Tell me how the collaboration process has been working with other folks, either vocalists and
Yeah, I can't lie. I have a hard time with that because, as you're saying, this new generation, like, it's hard for me to get somebody on one of my beats like that, especially if I don't rock with the way they sound or how their songs are. But then again, it's something new that maybe we can create together. But I have this one artist who's a real good friend of mine. His name's Tay Ali. He's the only artist that I really can vibe out with and just create stuff with, because we're kind of on the same like frequency level. Like, one day we were just in LA. I played him this beat. It was a little like, it's a rap beat, but we wrote a song in minutes. Like, in minutes. And it was just basically about our daily lives. Like, we were in LA trying to figure stuff out. So how it goes is it's a Sunday afternoon. We went to the grocery store, bought Andre, that cheap champagne. It's called Andre. And then Tropicana orange juice.
Okay.
So how the hook goes, it's Andre Tropicana on a Sunday.
Hey.
And then we're chilling, like, rolling blunt, Supreme logo on that ashtray.
Hey.
Told my boss last Friday was my last day.
Hey.
And literally my last day at my job was last Friday. During that time I quit because I was like, I'm gonna pursue music this year. And we're writing songs basically on how we feel. So I like creating stuff with artists like that, but I feel like sometimes I'm too picky, and that's something I need to work on.
Too picky in what way? Like,
as in, like, I like personally, like, outside of music, but music including, and just with everybody. I try to be really open, and I do a really good job of just accepting people for who they are, but you know, sometimes you can't just help to see something and be like, and kind of just have a thought about it. But then I just push it to the side, like, whatever, like, that's them. So right now I'm like, okay, that's how they see life, but we can work something out. Like, we can still vibe out. Like, artists now, I feel like we can create something. This is how you feel on life. This is how I feel on life. Let's take our bits and pieces and do something together. So that's what I want to do next year, is just really figure out a way and be more open on how I work with other people, music wise. Because a lot of the times when I'm making music, I like to be alone. It's just, I like to be alone and just be in my head and be in my thoughts and, like, really feel the music. Yeah.
I feel you on that in terms of, it's like almost a little judgy internal, like, a judgy in terms of the creative way. But then you're like, you have to step back and be like, oh, hey, that's them. Let's see where we vibe, where we connect in terms of that.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you really just need to take a step back. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in this world. Like, you might like something that I don't like. That don't mean I don't fucking like you anymore. You know, like, I always try to remember this. There's, like, how many fucking people in the world, bro? Like,
is it 6 billion?
Billions, right?
It's not 3 billion or something?
Billions. You can't get along with everybody. Like, just because I don't get along with you doesn't mean I don't like you or I don't fuck with you. We just don't get along.
We're just not on the same wavelength.
Everybody's just different. Like, we might not get along, but I understand who you are. Like, I get who you are. Like, but there might be somebody I come across that we do get along, which is cool about it. Like, that's why it's cool to just meet a lot of people, and you just see there's, like, billions of people in this world. Like, what I'm doing right now is so small, but I I just want to be bigger than this. Like, it's bigger than like, why you hating on somebody for living their life that way if that makes them happy?
Yeah. It's like you gotta find the people on the right wavelength.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's cool to discover people that are kind of similar to you and on the same wavelength as you. You know? Like, how did we end up here?
Fucking Kayla,
and I haven't seen Kayla in so long, but shout out to Kayla, right?
What is the event called again?
Was it Mentality Flow?
Mentality Flow.
And it was at if I remember, it was a Honey Hive. Yeah. So that day I actually like flew straight from Irvine to the venue. Yeah.
Let's do a quick little speed round just for background context and stuff, like where you're going to school and everything, right? Where were you born?
So I was born in Fremont.
Is there a lot of Filipinos there?
There's a little population. There's a little population of thing, but the surrounding areas like Union City, Hayward,
okay.
there's a larger population. But my dad was raised in Union City.
Okay.
Raised in Union City. So.
You went to like high school all the way?
Yeah, so I went to Washington, that's in Fremont. Then I went to the community college, Ohlone in Fremont.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And then you transferred?
From there, I transferred to UC Irvine.
Okay, cool.
So when I transferred to UC Irvine, that was the first time in my life where I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, because I never had a hard time in life. Like, I was just going with the flow. But when I moved and I was alone.
When was this?
This was like 2014.
Okay.
This was all around the time when I had my girl and all that. It's just like I had so much shit going on. It's like I didn't really know who I was. It's just I was just really going with the flow with things. I had a hard time figuring out who I was and what I wanted to do. So that was my little rough patch of trying to discover like who I am and, you know, not try and be like other people. Just being yourself and finding out that being yourself was okay. So I went to Irvine.
What do you study?
I was studying film and media. So I thought that was I thought that was similar to communication studies, but it wasn't. It was more on the film and media side,
the artistic, like construction of
and
films.
That. Like that. And I was studying something I didn't want to do. I was having a real hard time just passing the classes and shit. So eventually I got kicked out of there, bro, for grades. Because I was, at that time, I was flying back to the Bay to see my girl, flying back.
I think you're flying back and forth.
Like, not going to class because I was lightweight sad and shit. Like, because I didn't know, like, I was lonely and shit, or I would be trying to produce.
Yeah.
That was when I was focusing. So instead of moving back home, I moved to San Diego because my brother attends UC San Diego. And then I went to the community college there, just figured out some shit more, you know, just needed some time alone, needed some time to myself for. And then 2 years later, 2017, I just moved back to the Bay. And here I am, Cal State East Bay.
Dope. Yeah. Hey, you know, man, thanks for sharing, because that transition, jumping around to different places, right, is very heavy for somebody who also grew up in one locality and is very comfortable in like Fremont, right?
Yeah, see, I was super comfortable. That was the thing. And being in Irvine and 600 miles away from home, that was the first time I was out of my comfort zone. And I've never really stepped out of my comfort zone.
Dog, and it's also important that you be sharing this story of feeling alone. Sometimes, like, you know, as dudes, we're told, no, it's fine, bro. You're alone, you're fucking lonely.
Yeah, like, man up,
man
right?
up, bro. Right? But then that really limits our capacity to really understand ourselves or really go through these emotions, and it fucks us up sometimes. Right? Not going to class.
Yeah, bro. Like, I was honestly like, nobody knows this. Like, I don't even know if I really told anyone that. So this is probably the first time on the podcast. Like, I was pretty much feeling alone, like depressed. My girl was back home. All my good shit that was happening for me was at home. Even though I'm going to UC Irvine, like a good school, bro. I felt alone. I felt lost. Like, bro, I was just lost.
What
bro,
do you think?
Pretty much.
What do you think after that happened, being kicked out? Right.
Yeah.
What got you back into like a good space?
I started reading. I started reading like some, like Buddhism books.
Oh.
Buddha, yeah, and just being able to control my thoughts more. Like, you know, a lot of people, they'll say Buddhism is a religion, but I see it as like a way of life or a philosophy. So I kind of use that to help me, and it helped me get through a lot of just things, because if you don't control your thoughts, like, bruh,
they'll get out of hand.
You
Yep.
fucked, bruh.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to remember this quote, bro. That's just, wait, something. I can't remember it.
What's
but I'll figure
crazy,
it out.
like just this idea of controlling our thoughts, because people suggest meditation, stuff like that, right? There are these different practices, but what's crazy is that it's such a pivotal part of our lives and has such an effect on us, but we're never taught how to control our thoughts or how to manage our own minds.
You aren't. Yeah, you really aren't. And that, shoot, yeah, you just sometimes, I don't know, people got to figure out all that on their own, but it's cool to hear how other people have done it to help you out. Like, okay, maybe I'll try that. And like sometimes as well, like you just got to be busy as well and just have shit going for you. When I was in Irvine, I wouldn't go out. Like one of my best friends was living in LA. It's only like an hour and a half away, but like he'd want to come over and I'd like be feeling like so sad and shit. I didn't want to see nobody, blah, blah, blah. Like my mom would call me all the time, but when she calls me, it's like I'm lightweight annoyed and shit.
Why do you think, was it the space in Irvine? Was it the, like, you just didn't find?
It wasn't the space. It was just the first time where I had to take care of myself, where I didn't really have anybody to rely on. Like,
how old were you during this time?
I just turned 21 at that time. I just turned 21 at that time. And it's like, when I was 3 years before that, when I was 18, I thought by 21 I would have everything figured out. Like when I was 18, I was like, I'm gonna have a kid. I'll be married by then. I'll be graduated by then, blah, blah, blah. But shit, like life happens and you just go through things that you grow from and you learn from. Like I actually took this one class in Santa Ana in Orange County, which I eventually dropped because I didn't need it. But I would say that's one of my best teachers I've ever had, because he said one sentence. He's like, nobody's ahead of each other. Nobody's behind of each other. We're all just in different paths. That's it. We're all on different paths. We're on. It's not a race. So you might figure out stuff at 21. You might figure it out when you're 18. You might figure it out when you're 30. Who knows? But like, don't hate on yourself, or make yourself feel bad just because, I don't know, your friend's doing good right now. Like everybody can be in different positions, which is I'm okay with. It's just you got to understand like how you're feeling sometimes, which is a little tough. Like sometimes you'll be there like, why am I feeling like this? Am I sad? Like, am I lonely? Like, am I like scared right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, we don't even know how we feel anymore. We don't.
I think that's why these discussions of actually like being aware of our emotions is very important. It's a skill to develop to be able to check in with ourselves and then, all right, decide what to do next. And instead of being just like, everything's cool.
Like instead of pretending everything's cool, like it's okay if it's not cool. Like if you ain't feeling cool, it's good, bro. Like you could say something. You can tell me. Like we could talk about it. Like I'm always down to help somebody.
I want to ask right now that you're kind of in a better place. What do you do when you're feeling down?
What do I do when I'm feeling down? I just kind of take a step back from things and try and figure out why. Lately, I haven't been doing this, but I appreciate you asking me that question. So usually what I would do is at the end of the day, I would reflect. I would reflect, like, what did I do today? Like, oh, fuck, I didn't do shit today. I got to do some shit tomorrow. Or it's like you felt like you didn't do anything today, but you reflect and you're like, oh, wow, I actually did a lot of shit today. Okay, good. You just, like, little things, like little accomplishments, like just reflect on your day and you'll feel better. Besides that, I used to meditate sometimes, which is, I feel like I got to fit that into my schedule more. I think just appreciating life and shit and just being yourself, being you and figuring out who you are, like understanding that it's okay to fuck up, understanding that it's okay to talk to people now too. Because we're all people, bro. Like everybody's going through the same shit. Everybody wants to be happy at the end of the day, right? Like nobody want to be sad. There you go.
There we go. And I think that's a perfect transition to let's play For the Lover. I think this is a good one. We'll have another track with Drehu.
Thank you.
Come on.
This is where I got my little bouncy shit, bro.
Yeah, this is bouncing, man.
Yeah. This is the first song on the little lever, yeah.
Hey. We gonna have a guest rapper?
KuyaChris keep trying to have me rap out here, man.
Come on, Dre, just try. Maybe some vibes. I know you can sing.
You think, bro?
I think.
Tell me why one of my friends said that shit to me too. I was like, man,
maybe the music that you
maybe I can.
Maybe you can. And shit like that. Hey.
See, and then it picks up over here.
On,
like,
let's see.
Like,
hey.
right?
It's just some fucking dance. Like,
yeah, like this is like some housey, but it's current. But it still gives you the old.
We need some like throwbacks, like Filipino shit. Like imagine like like da 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 da.
Ooh, somebody just doing some run.
Come on, it's like Lola, come here, la 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 la, my Lola, you are my love. Hey, like that. So it's like family vibe shit.
Yeah.
And then you can have everybody. I can see this. Hey. This shit has some syncopated kicks. It's just like,
oh, feel that? Like, hit you in your chest.
For the lovers, for the lovers. Come on, Dre, give us a beat.
But you, baby.
Hey.
Yeah, we gonna have a sing off right now.
Hey. Come on.
You, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that one?
I like it. It reminds me of that song. I just found that Havana song. Do you hear that Havana by Camila or something? It's like,
I've heard of her.
Yeah, I forgot. It's just called Havana.
Yeah.
And then I saw it on an IG video, and then I was like, "This shit's popping" because it's got that Latina like swag,
little
like
feel.
they had that like. Spanish in it too,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
there's something about like
You're gonna have
Spanish
to send me
music
that.
too. Yeah, that just hits the vibes. Like I want to learn how to salsa for real, bro.
Hey, me
like,
too.
It's like, I'm like, fuck, I should have listened to my mama when she told me, Christian, come here, let's learn. Like, no, I don't want
Mom.
to. But now that shit's useful. Bro,
Like, fuck, I could have been impressing this girl.
I know. I have friends who be going to salsa socials, and I'm just like, I know how to shuffle.
like now you're more open to open to things, right? Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I wish I listened to my mama more when I was younger.
Mom is usually always right. You know, like.
Yep.
That's what I've learned throughout my life.
And it's taken me a while to like accept that lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
But at the end of the day, it's like I still want to figure out for myself,
Yes,
but
yes.
usually she's right.
Yeah, but the real wisdom comes from Lola. Right? There's something about I call up my Lola sometimes.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "What's wrong, anak?" And then she'll know if I'm going through like love vibes or
Really?
like, yeah. I remember when I first started dating this one girl. I didn't tell anyone or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But then my Lola calls up and we're talking and she's like, "Hey, so how's the new girl?" I was like, "What the fuck?" She goes, I know you have someone in your life." I'm like,
She
"What
felt
the
that shit or
Yeah,
what?
she felt it. I don't know why. And then I had to ask my mom, "Have you told Lola anything?
Yeah.
Have you like just said anything about maybe you saw me with some girl?" She's like, "No, I didn't say anything." I was
Yeah.
like, "What? This is the weirdest thing, yo, that she was on the vibe. I don't know if I was just talking differently.
Yeah,
or if
like
I
you
had-
happy or something.
Yeah, she just immediately said something.
That's what's up. That's
It's-
what's up.
it's-
She figured that out. Shout out
that's
Lola.
that like deep Filipino like babaylan like some shamanic shit that she knows what's going on. She's
like,
like
she practiced back in the
yeah,
Philippines
she's
or
like,
some shit.
"I will have my great grandchildren." Like, oh shit!
It's coming. She's like, I feel it coming soon.
Yeah. So with that vibe, right, it's a little bouncy, and you're telling me you like some dance shit,
Yeah.
too, and you're saying you are also doing events. I remember seeing, I think you had an event at Dolores Park. Was that right?
that was back in the summer actually. So that was called Boogie in the Park.
Boogie in the Park.
Boogie in the
Okay.
Park, right? So me and a couple of friends, we went out to Dolores Park one time. And my friend threw a little party there. Like, he just brought some speakers, a generator, and start DJing. I was like, bro, this shit is tight. I want to do it. And we just fucking made it happen. Like, that's pretty much how it was. I got like 4 other DJs to pull up. So everybody had a set. And it was crazy. It was tight.
So for DJing, how do you like pick the songs that you're on, and how do you like decide? Oh, this is the one I'll bounce to. I'll play. This is the one I'll keep.
Honestly, it's just whatever sounds good to me. Like a lot of the times, I just play what I like that I feel other people would like as well, and it just goes from there. Like if I feel like this sounds good, then let's try and put it in a set or something. Let's see what we can do with it. Like that's pretty much it. I just hear something. If I don't like it, I pass on to it. If I like it, I keep it. And then set wise, every time I'm DJing, I don't have like a set playlist. Like I'm just play off my ear what the vibe feels. I go off feeling.
And then you just like recall, like, oh, I want to play this song.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And I'll remember like, oh, this song, I imagine it. Imagine playing this song in front of a crowd. Like, how would they feel? So I picture things in my head before I try it out.
So when you go to a set, you don't have already like a list.
So I probably
things?
have like a list of, well, I have a crate of songs, but I won't pick out specific songs. I always freestyle it on the spot. Yeah, like I really just go off feeling. That's how I like to do things best.
How's the vibe been DJing? Like, how's the experience been for you?
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good. So I used to just DJ hip hop stuff. This was about 3 years ago. I would be in the clubs, but I would be playing all rap and hip hop. So whatever you hear on the radio stations, you know, or like 106. And I got kind of tired of that because every DJ that spins that plays that type of music. And being involved in music, I just discovered other sounds like, oh shit, I've never heard this before. So you just dig deeper. And me just being involved in a lot of music aspects, producing wise, like I just want to be open to more sounds. So if I find something cool that I like, I want to share it with people. Like, here you go. If it sounds cool, here you go.
Yeah, it was interesting because when I was looking at some of your mixes and just from my observation, you don't really bump that much like top 40.
Yeah. I definitely want to be different. I just because you can always hear top 40.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, but I don't want to be like that type of DJ or artist. Like, I used to want to be a DJ on the radios and be at the clubs, but I already established that. I already did that. And it wasn't something that I can see myself doing like 20 years from now, you know? It wasn't something that I thought it was. It just cause it wasn't me, you know? Like being at the club every weekend, it didn't fit me.
Growing up, did you see your dad as a DJ? Like,
I actually never went to any of his gigs, but almost like every day he would be DJing sets in the bedroom. So he would play a lot of like housey shit, a lot of freestyle music, like a lot of old school stuff, and that's what I grew up on. So that's where I get my inspiration from. All it's just me and my brother playing around. We're like 5 or 3, whatever.
And your dad would be DJing?
And my dad would just be DJing, and we're just playing, and I just hear that in the background, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's crazy. Just all from like my dad, pretty much.
Before moving here to the Bay Area, I did not know the rich history of Filipino DJs.
Yeah?
It's so deep. Yeah.
It really
I did
is
not
deep,
know. What's this called? Qbert was from Balboa High School.
Yeah.
Just over here. And then I know
DJ Qbert, right?
Yeah, there's like this book that just came out, Legions of Boom, and it's all about the DJ culture, especially in the 90s, of Filipinos in garages, and how that just spurred like this whole revolution of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like in the Bay.
Yeah. And so actually, like, shit, I forgot. I think it might have even been Angela that told me this story. Like, our dads, they're all like best friends and related. So they used to throw parties like in Hayward, like rent out a big warehouse and just throw a fat ass party and everyone pull up. Like it was really like that back in the day. Like DJs, and still now there's a lot of Filipino DJs. It's just, I don't know why.
I was thinking about that too, because I'm just sometimes looking on Twitter and I just surf and I see a DJ and I'm like, he's Filipino.
Yeah,
I just know. Like,
or you'll see like a rapper and his DJ's Filipino. You know, it's usually like that. Or a lot of It's just maybe we were just really raised on good music.
Or and I'm just going on some hippie shit. Maybe what if there's something in our culture where we just live off the vibes? Because there's something about the musical vibes and then seeing it across the room, right? And then having everybody go ride that vibe, and you're kind of reading energies of like where people are at, what will go, and you're kind of also helping them ride along, having them have a good time. And then I think there's something within the Filipino culture too where you're like, I want people to have a good time, right? And you're like trying to, hey, how's it going? Because if at the party you're checking in with people, and then but as a DJ you're doing the same thing but through your set.
A different method, pretty much.
And it's interesting. I'm just wishing, this is my personal wish, that I see more Filipinos making a real living out of it and being on the front stage in a sense. Because in history-wise, like DJs have been kind of on the back burner of hip-hop, right? And their contributions have not been really recognized until we've been really digging into the crates of like, who has been doing work here? You have Qbert, you have all these. I think even the stories of your pops, your uncles should be stories that we really talk and dig into, right? Because that influence, I'm pretty sure it's not just Filipinos at those parties, right? And those,
it's music, like everyone.
Yeah, the music that they be bumping, they're probably like E40 people that they've put on.
Like, oh, we have to go to this. So that's cool.
It's almost like you're in a legacy, bro, of like being a DJ and throwing parties. And you're saying that that's one of the things that you want to do right now,
and
right?
It's weird now that you're saying that because we're kind of doing that right now. Like, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we just threw an R&B party.
Yeah, Too Close.
Called Too Close.
Yeah. How was that?
Man, this shit was packed. Like, so we pretty much brought back that feeling of R&B music, the feel like that you would hear in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Like, we brought back that feeling, and that was the whole vibe for the party, and it's real cool. So the next one is going to be like Valentine's or something.
Hey.
And everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Filipinos in there. Everybody was in there, you know?
Talk to me a little bit about like the process and the vibes of throwing an event like this. Like, what was it? Was a struggle in terms of like logistics, but what was the dope aspect of it?
So, who helped me with this party was Angelo, Joey, Nicole, she's my friend, and Brandon. You met Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
So they helped, right? And then,
damn, you roll deep with your cousins, though. Give a shout out to that fam,
honestly, like, us three, we really work together cool. Like, each of us are really good at certain things that they, like, say, like, I do a better job at one thing. Joey does a better job at this. Angelo does a better job at that. So, okay, let's highlight that. Yeah. You know, why would I do what you're best at? Or you can help me with what I need help on. So, like, they helped me with that. Like, so us three planned it. We got the venue. This is really the first party that I threw where it was in an actual venue and we rented the place out. So, business wise, it was a cool learning experience just to see how to figure out the logistics, the business, what we want to play, and how much really gets put into throwing a party. Like, it's not like you're just throwing a party. You want to make sure everything's right. You want to make sure it's all ran right. Like, security at the door, all this. There's more things that are involved in just throwing a party, because guests just come and have a good time, but we definitely want guests to have a good time, but we want to make sure it goes right. So pretty much Angelo and Joey really handled the business side and the logistics stuff while I did the music, because both parts are just as important, you know? So at the end of the day, it was a cracking ass event, but we learned a lot from that experience. So it cost a lot of money though. Word. But actually for this party, we just ended up donating some of the proceeds to rebuilding wine country, because, you know, we had those fires up north. So we just wanted to do something nice, like give back, like shit. And people were fucking with the idea. We were serving drinks and we didn't charge for drinks. We're like, give a donation if you want. And people were throwing like $20, open bar, donate if you want, because we're donating some proceeds to you know, for a good cause. Yeah. And I think not a lot of people spread love like that. Like, we could have kept the money. We could have kept the money to reimburse ourselves from what we paid for the party, but we're like, nah, let's have a good time. Let's see what we can do, and let's just help people who need help. Like, there's something tragic that just happened. Why not? Like, why not? Seriously. That's pretty much it.
It's beautiful to see that, and imagine if that's like more part of our culture.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. We just want to spread love. We just want to show love. Be positive, like, be happy.
Hey, oh, fuck! I'm excited for more music from y'all, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, damn.
It is almost like you are like a magician on culture. If you really think about the impact that music can have and events, it's so powerful for culture, for youth, and how they think and how they act. If that can be something that is harnessed and even multiplied with more people getting on the same wavelength, then imagine more people holding events like this, using it for the good vibes, right? Spreading love in that way.
I want people to learn from me, and I'm not one of those guys that would be like, nah, I'm not telling you this because I don't want you to surpass me, like some shit like that. Or I'm not afraid to share knowledge. Like, there's a lot of people that are younger than me that are kind of doing the same thing as me. Like, I'm down to help whatever. Like, I met these two young DJs. They're actually from out here.
Really?
Yeah.
Daly City?
Yeah. D Swami. Yeah, his name's D Swami.
We'll do shout outs on the page.
Millie, and then they were DJing at Soma Street Food when we threw a little something over there, and their sound is pretty much exactly how my sets are. Like
Really?
my SoundCloud sets were, and I was like, fuck. And they're like 19. So I want to help them as much as I can, like, because they can be bigger than me. Somebody can be bigger than me. Like the other day, one of my friends, she wanted to learn to DJ. So I just pull up. I'm going to teach her how to DJ. You know, like learn from me. I'm going to tell you what I did wrong so you don't make the same mistakes.
I think that's a very important like mindset.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we do get very competitive, like, oh, you're gonna take my shit. Like,
and I still get like that. But sometimes you just got to take a step back, because I've learned a lot from just being in the game of music. And some people don't know how to start. You know, like they say, I want to DJ, but they don't know how to start. I want to produce. They don't know how to start. You just have to start and figure it out. Like, and along the way, you'll be like, oh, okay, you'll learn. And that's pretty much how I did it. So whatever I've learned and I've went through, I'm not afraid to tell people that.
You told me though, also, it ain't all glitz and glamour, because you be telling me that it's a struggle because you're working 2 jobs right now.
Yeah.
Right, you said?
So I'm working 2 jobs. I'm an office assistant as well as a barista.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, where do you work? Do you work at Phil's?
Yeah, I work at Phil's in Fremont. Shout out Phil's in Fremont. It just opened. So
Okay, cool.
You can get a cool little coffee made by me.
Hey, okay.
But so like those are jobs. I consider those jobs. But that's not my career. So music is my career. That's what I want to pursue. So I use those jobs to fund my career. And I also use the office assistant job. I just wanted to see like how, because that's just a whole nother aspect. I've never been in an office system like that. And I just see how some people are, and that's their everyday lives. And I don't want to hate on anyone, but that's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. Like some people do want an office job and be a businessman. I used to want to do that. Like I can picture myself doing that too, but that's not my main focus. So I'll continue to have these 2 jobs, but my real career is music. And those jobs are funding my music career. So you can't really quit your day job, because when I was only doing music, sometimes you just have a lot of downtime too. And musically, when you're not super big, you don't really make that much money, but you're doing what you love. So I just try and stay busy and use these 2 jobs to fund whatever I want to do for music, like throw events or try and work with artists that I couldn't afford before that I can afford to work with now. That it's just opening more doors for me, and it's just more of meeting. I want to meet more people. There's different types of people that I was just never exposed to. Like I used to be, I mean, I'm not going to say I was shy, but you like, how often do you really just go up and talk to a random person?
Yeah.
Like being at these jobs, like it gives me opportunities to just meet different people. And I don't know, I just feel like I learn a lot from other people and seeing things and just feeling vibes on how interactions go.
Because you can learn a lot from
Yeah,
other people.
yeah.
Like straight up, I'm more of a introverted dude. I just like my journaling at the end of the night. I like my quiet time. But I'm blessed to have this podcast. I'd be like chopping it up and learning from people, right? But even just like randomly the other night, I was at the dorm and I was just about to go sing on the piano, right? And one of my floor mates comes over and is like, hey, and we start chopping it up, and I learned so much about new music from her. Like I'm like, I follow the Spotify playlist. I'm like, who are all these people that I've never heard of, but it's millions of views of listens? I'm like, what the fuck? How come I'm not on this? And some of them are dope vocalists. And it's a whole range of this new school R&B.
And that's a whole million people that listen to that song.
I'm like,
you know,
what the fuck?
That's
like,
why there's so many people.
Old, bro? Like, how do y'all find this? Like, I'm lost now. Like, is my shit too mainstream? Like, I feel like,
damn, am I listening to the wrong shit?
I like Khalid. Like when I say that, I feel like I'm a fucking bandwagoner when I'm like on that. But then it's learning from other folks. Like, and I'm just gonna say I was surprised because she's a white girl, like, and I hope that doesn't sound racist or nothing, but just in terms of stereotypically, right? You would think that they're not as deep in terms of this new school.
Yeah, and you can't help but to think that. But see, I'm the same way, but then we just try to not think like that. But sometimes that thought still comes up. Shit like that still comes up.
It's like as if like the homie over there, oh, he's black, he has all the hip hop.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, he's into alternative
like,
rock.
Oh, I didn't know you listen to this.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, see, the other day, like, actually one of my coworkers was like, he thought I was hella into cars and shit. And I was like, bruh, I'm literally driving a truck right now. Like, I don't really care about that stuff. He's like, oh, you look like somebody that drives a Acura. I was like...
and a sex, bro.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Like, I actually never got that, though. But I was like, okay, bro. Like, shit. I didn't want to say something back. Like, oh, yeah, well, you look like a motherfucking... But, like, shit, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just took it and I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to judge you back and shit. Like, but it's just hella funny to just see how people see things. And we all can't help to be like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think right now, though, everyone's a little bit too sensitive.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, before we can just say shit and it was funny. we just laugh it off, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's like, you're fucking racist. Like, they'll screenshot what you say, or they'll like put your address out or your number and like just.
That's why I got a little scared right there. I was like, I'm not racist, fam. Come on. Please still listen to my podcast, fam. That was all. I'm just being honest, yo.
Yeah. You just spin the truth, spin facts.
Yeah. But it is kind of crazy to think that we have those conceptions of people, but then at the end of the day, what's beautiful too is music is very powerful to connect people. Like when you're on the same vibe of music, you're like, okay, it kind of breaks down those barriers of
in music too, that I feel like a lot of times color doesn't matter, but to the public it kind of does. That's why I feel like a lot of Filipino artists or whatever DJs aren't really as big, because like music, hip-hop, and rap, you're automatically thinking of a black dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, country, you're automatically thinking of a white dude. So, I mean, if somebody want to do country and they're fucking Chinese, go ahead, bro. Like, if you want to rap in your Japanese, okay. Like, shit. But now a lot of people are really accepting that shit now. Like, culturally, like, I see it. You heard of Rich Chigga?
Yeah.
Like, hella people listening to him and shit right
Millions,
now.
bro. Yeah. And then even K-pop, some of them have ill, like, rappers.
And that shit is, like, huge worldwide.
Huge.
Huge.
And I was just with my homie yesterday, and he was showing me, I forgot the names, Brockhampton or something.
Oh, and they got like a little collective.
They got a collective.
A lot of people.
And then there's like a white guy there too. And we were just talking about like, hey, kind of after Eminem, now it's kind of okay to be, they don't trip over you being a white guy who's rapping and into hip hop. It's like, all right, you can do it. And there was this one guy, I forgot who he was, but he was like a gay rapper, hip hop, and his video was just many. He was like getting head in the video, like from a white football player who's cheating on his girl, and just like, you're like, what the heck? This is hip hop. This is and people are vibing to it. Right?
It's like, because we have that stereotype of hip hop is supposed to be hard, you know, but now it can be anything. Like, you can be gay and you can want to do hip hop. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's
who said you can't? Is it a fucking rule?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it is. So that's what I like about this new generation coming up. They really, I'm not saying like they don't give a fuck in a bad way, but they really don't give a fuck. They'll be themselves.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. And they lightweight inspired me to be like, damn, okay.
Shout out to Homebrew Radio episode 5.
Oh,
because you'll be talking about, I forgot the two ladies.
Shout out to Ada and Monica.
Yeah, because you'll be talking about like, yo,
they're tight.
It's inspiring to see them on their hustle as youth and just fucking putting themselves out there.
They're 20.
Right? Yeah.
And I wish I was doing that shit when I was 20. Like, fuck. And that's why, like, before, I would be so scared to tell somebody, like, oh, I appreciate you. Basically, on that show, I was telling them, like, I want to tell you in person that I see what you're doing and I like what you're doing and you inspired me.
Yeah.
And it's funny to see their reactions because, like, they're just being themselves and they're like, what the fuck? All right. But really, it's like, they're just being themselves, and I'm telling you, like, damn, I fuck with you. Okay, like, cool, because you're yourself. So it's like, when you're really yourself, people fuck with you, and it's like, oh, okay, like, because me and my cousins were all different, bro. We dressed different, but at the end of the day, it's like we're fucking with each other, not just because we're cousins, because we're ourselves. Yeah. And we like that about each other. Yeah. I have cousins that I hardly talk to. Like, just because we're family.
Shout out their name.
Yeah. Fucking hit me. No. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, technically, like, we're not really cousins.
What? Like blood cousins?
It's like some Filipino family shit. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not like blood cousins?
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, I thought y'all were. Oh, shit.
You guys are blood cousins, right? Yeah, they're not. See, I thought they're. But, like, so. Like what I was saying, our dads were just all best friends coming up. Yep. You know? So they took care of each other, and, bro, high school to now, like, they're still rocking with each other.
Yeah. And I think it's like that thing where if you are, like, truly yourself, you get onto that wavelength where you're going to attract people who are chill with you and your wavelength. Yeah. And you're going to, like, neglect or deter the people who don't really vibe with you. Yeah. But at least at the end of the day, you're you. Right? Yeah. And then I remember when I first started, just like, I'm kind of weird, right? I just like doing random shit. And then some people be telling, you're weird, Chris. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then, like, I'd rather be weird than like not myself, you know? Right? Bruh. Like, fuck it. If that's weird, let me just be that. I say that
all the time. Yeah. I'm like, all right, one of my best friends, she used to always be like, bro, you're weird. I'm like, I'd rather be weird than normal. Like, everybody's like, why would you want to be normal?
Yeah. Or even inauthentic. Like, why are you trying to not be who you be?
You can tell when some shit's not real. Yeah. Like, I read some funny shit other day, too. It was like, you can tell when... what was it? Some, like, you can tell love is real or fake, like how you can tell... tits are fake or real or some shit.
I thought this was some deep ass shit, bro.
It's deep though. Like, think about it.
Yeah, kind of.
If you look at some
I don't know if they're a really good doctor. Some of them, it's a borderline.
Okay, maybe 10 years ago you could have. Okay. But now, you know,
some doctors are fucking good. Like, you're like.
But I was dying when I read that shit. Yeah.
Bro. But some are obvious. I know. Yeah. Like, it's like okay, like on two sides of the. It's like right here. You're like that thing. And that doesn't really match your frame too. Yeah. Like, all right, I feel
you could just. I like how you're saying you can just be weird. It's cool to be weird. Like, it's cool to be weird. I take that as it's cool to just be yourself. Yeah. Like, shit, I like to get along with people that aren't like me, bro. Like, me and Joey, we used to go to raves, bro. Bro, we get along most with the people that don't look like us. We get along most with the dude in the fucking Pikachu outfit. Or fucking wearing a robe or some shit. Like, we fucking with you over the people that are, like, look cool or some shit. Yeah. You know? Like, that's how we were rocking, bro. Like, damn, this dude tight? Like,
and he just real. He just...
Yeah.
Because there's a different vibe, a different layer with folks who be stunting, like who be like, they look the shit, they look the part, but there's just something slightly like a veneer that you can't really connect to there. You kind of want to, but then there's, it's not a bad thing. It's like, I'm not going to say like, hey, fuck you, right? Yeah. And maybe that's just where they're at in their life, you know?
Yeah, they're just at that point in their life. Like, maybe they haven't discovered who they really are yet, or it's like they haven't tapped into that side of themselves yet,
or maybe that's just really them.
Like, you
and
never
then they vibe with people who have that same shit that's a veneer, and they be looking at me like, he weird.
Right? So you really never know. You really never know, because like, see how we're saying that we're judging people who we think aren't being themselves, so that's where you catch yourself again, like, oh shit. Like, we didn't do that on purpose.
I know, and then I just realized it now.
I'm hating on somebody who's telling me I'm weird, and then I'm like, okay, you're normal. Yeah. Like,
or he's cool, but as if that's a bad thing, you know?
Yeah, like,
and I guess these are things that we're kind of still working through and learning. Like, okay, maybe these are kind of the thought patterns I have on other people.
Yeah.
I had this line. I was like, the criticisms we have of other people are the faults that we see in ourselves. And sometimes I've caught myself being hella judgy, like, oh, he too cool, he trying to stunt, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, last night I was trying to be hella cool in front of this girl, right? Like, I'm not really that cool, right? I was stunting, right? It's like, shit.
Yeah, see, like, it's sometimes you just get caught up in that. You don't notice it.
Yeah,
it just happens,
shit.
bro.
That's
like
why
that can really be them.
I was telling a homie one time, I was like, oh yeah, this girl, she wasn't as cute as her Tinder pictures, right? But I was like, bro, I look tall in my pictures.
Yeah.
So we doing the same shit, bro. And I don't put 5'3" on my bio, bro. Right?
And why would you want to put you want to put the best looking picture of you up, bro? Like, yeah.
Hey, we all catfishing at the end of the day, but
yeah, see?
At least we eating, bro.
Like, we over here, like, you most of the days, bro, sometimes I don't want to try to dress up and shit. Sometimes I just try and be cozy and chill, bro. You don't always got a haircut and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but all the pics that you're posting are, you know, like, because usually you look, I look good in that pic.
Because a bald fade just fucking looks clean. There's something about
I got one the other day, like,
I don't know about it. Some weird shit where you're like, I feel fucking poggy, bro. I've been walking around.
Bro, honestly, bro, the other day I got a haircut and I tweeted, damn, I look cute today.
it's
like, who do you think you are, bro?
Hey,
like,
but I guess we gotta hype ourselves up too.
Yeah,
at the end of
you
the day,
do, bro.
Sometimes,
bro, I be telling that to my friends sometimes. Like, one of my friends, sometimes she shy and shit, and I'll fuck with her, like, make her smile, but like, I will. At the same time, I'm being serious, like telling her shit you should do, like, bruh, go to the bathroom, hype yourself up. I'm a bad bitch. Like, I'm the shit. Like, sometimes you need that. Because I watched the TED Talk where it's like, there's like power poses that you can feel better about.
It's a
make
Superman.
You feel better. Make you feel better about.
I do that shit sometimes too.
Before you go out sometimes, like, you got to look yourself in the mirror like, let's go. Like, or you can do this.
Yeah.
Tell yourself you can do this. Okay, well, here's one thing. So, I actually got flown out to Washington State to do a music festival with my friend Tay Ali. So the festival had like Waka Flocka, this dude Destructo who throws like hella festivals, and then Marky Basie, he's from out here, like hella artists. And I've never performed on a stage like that. And I was so nervous. But before I got on the stage, bro, and I never had a mic in my hand talking to like how many people, like a fat ass stage, I was like, either you kill this shit or you don't. So what do you want to do? And I just did that shit. Like act like you've been there for it. Even if you haven't, like, that's where I imagined, like, oh, I'm about to kill this shit. And then I just go on the stage and did it. I was like, yo, what the fuck is, like, and everyone's like, I was like, oh shit, and my boy, the rapper, was nervous too. Yeah, and I knew that before going on stage. I was like, bro, I gotta hype this shit up. So sometimes you gotta like have confidence in yourself, and you just gotta go after it.
You gotta ride that wave.
You have to,
and even give the wave to other folks.
Yeah,
I like this tweet, right, where it's like dissing on people is canceled. We in 2018, we hyping our friends up like that. or like drunk. Oh, it was drunk dialing our exes canceled. We just drunk calling our friends and hyping them up.
Ooh,
like that shit is real.
I might have to do that.
Yeah,
I might have to do that.
I think we've been so conditioned to be like, oh fuck, am I good? Let me stunt. Let me like make ourselves look cool, that we forget, and we're like digging on other people, right?
Yeah.
But we forget the power that we have to actually build our people up, right? And it's powerful to be like, yo, I fuck with your music. When a friend tells me, he told me like, yo, I like this vibe of your island type shit. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like it gives another
it's cool,
boost.
Right? It's cool. Yeah, like See, in music too, I see a lot of people, some people don't show love to other artists or DJs that are kind of doing the same exact shit they're doing. But it's like, I'll do it. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you your mix is dope. I'll tell you I fuck with you. I'll bring you on Homeroom Radio.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you I fuck with the KuyaChris podcast. Bro, I asked you. I was like, bro, like, when can we do this?
Yeah.
You know, like, some people are just scared to ask shit too. Like, some good shit can happen by asking.
It can happen.
If you need help or anything, like, you can ask. Like, what's the worst somebody can do? Say no? Like, if you get a no, you're not gonna fucking die.
I mean, a no
depending
for a number.
on, you know. Yeah.
Sometimes when I get that no for that number,
if you didn't get that number, you're like, oh, maybe the way I asked didn't work. You know, try something.
There's always growth.
Yeah, you can grow
always
from
growth
it.
possible.
Yeah,
right? Have that growth mindset.
Bro, Conor McGregor, bro, when he fought Nate Diaz and he lost, he said something like, or around that time, he said something like, there's no. He said something about like you should never think about when you lose saying you lose. It's either you win or you learn. You don't win and lose. You win or you learn. So take that loss, learn from it.
Damn, are you a big Conor McGregor fan?
I fuck with him, bro.
Oh,
I fuck with him. Yeah.
Oh.
Who would be my favorite fighter right now though? Shit, bruh. I like. Do you watch UFC a lot?
Yeah,
do you watch
not a lot.
Do you watch a lot of MMA shit?
I used to be really. I used to download all that shit like one after another. Then it just got so many shows.
Now there's like
so many. I can't keep up, bro. Like it's almost
every 2
overwhelming.
weeks, every week and shit.
So I just sometimes just catch the show highlights, and if there's a fight that I'll try to watch.
Because I grew up on that shit too. Because my dad was like,
BJ Penn was my childhood.
BJ Penn's tight.
But now my dude is GSP. I like his comeback.
Came back.
But I liked just his general approach, like humble,
like outside of the ring. He's like a cool guy, but in the ring, it's like, ooh,
he'll go in.
Yeah,
and it's all technical, and also like with the traditional martial arts spirit of like, hey, let me do this. It's a test to self and with character
discipline,
and
all that. Yeah,
he had a good book, like A Way of the Warrior or something, Way of the Fight or something. Yeah, and then it was just him talking about his growth throughout and all the mentors that he's had, and like giving homage to all the people he's learned from. And just that martial arts spirit and everything.
You can learn a lot of stuff from martial arts, like discipline wise. Really.
Because that shit hard, bro. Right? Ain't easy, man. But I was like, people be like, oh, do you want to learn how to do that? I was like, or striking, do you spar? Like, bruh, I ain't that smart. I don't want to get my head knocked no more, bro. I'm still trying to pass my classes, fam. Right? I'm trying to keep my IQ at this level, right?
I'm trying to remember my homework and shit.
Yeah. But it's dope. It's a dope spot, dope space, and I think those lessons can also be brought into like other spaces.
Yeah. Like anything you do, you can always learn from and incorporate it into something else.
Yeah,
which is real dope.
Yeah. Let me play another Dre beat.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
The third one. This one is called Silly of Me. You want to talk a little bit about this? What's the inspiration for this, if you remember?
Okay, so actually for this song,
Silly of Me.
This song, bro, like this one. So actually let's rewind. This whole EP is called.
So all these are from one EP?
These 5 songs. It's called Love Without a Limit.
Okay.
So the theme is the different types of love that one can go through or come across in life. So all of these songs, they kind of depict something that I've been through. So this song, Silly of Me, is like, bro, when you're in love, like, you do some silly ass shit, bro.
Yeah.
And you look back on it like, damn, I really did that shit. Like, it's laughable, but it's like, man, I really did that shit.
Wait, silly as in like the fun, cheesy, lovable silly, or silly as in like I fucked up silly?
The fun, lovable, fun, lovable way. Like when you look back, like, damn, bro, I can't believe I did that shit. Like, that shit funny. Like, damn, I can't believe I went all out my way, you know.
That's some sweet shit, too.
Yeah, like, it's silly, but it's like, it also can be the other side. Like, I can't believe I did this for her, and she, at the end of the day, she treated me like this. But, I mean, you just got to look back and learn or laugh at it, you know? Like, you can't really dwell on it, but this is one way I was able to just express that and put that out and get that off my chest.
Word.
Yes.
All right, let's get this silly of me going. Who's your sample?
Oh man, one of them old ones. So most of these songs, it's like a old sampled from older love songs. Yeah.
Hey, silly of me and silly of you. I hope I don't lie, trying to keep it true. I'm with Dre, question mark, who? Yeah, me and you on the vibe. We do silly things.
Yeah, you like, it's like
Dre gonna sing.
It's basically like you're doing silly things, bruh. Cause the original song is like silly of me to think that I could ever have you by my side. Like, how I love you.
Who sang that?
I think it's Denise Williams or some shit. I'd have to look it up, but I'll send it to you.
Come on, Dre, who? Get a little melody in here.
My bad, I was texting my dad.
Sing about a love song.
And see, so a lot of these type of beats, I make for like listening and just putting me back into that position. Like I like to make like this whole EP is just more of like It just reminds me of how I felt at that time.
Damn.
Yeah. I like doing that. It's like a picture on the wall for me.
And like it's almost like a time machine.
Yeah. Something to get off my chest, you know?
How did you find the song? How do you dig?
I'll just be hearing shit from my parents.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
So, do they kick vinyl at home, or are they just?
Dude, my dad got like crates of vinyls.
Really?
Crates of vinyls. So I used to just look up those songs, and then because when I was in San Diego, I didn't have a record player, so I would just look it up on YouTube, and then if I like it, I'll try and sample it. Because I really like sampling music. Like that's me. Like sampling shit. It's old school and then just kind of adding some new school vibes to it.
It's almost like a fusion. You're like a bridge between generations.
Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. Bridge it together, but make sure that none of those vibes or feelings was lost in the translation of bringing them together.
Damn, it is really powerful, right? How music is.
Yeah.
Like it does
crazy.
Get you another vibe. It can bring you back to a space. Like I wrote this one song for my ex, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other night I was singing it. Yeah. And then it's like it just brings the memories, like the emotions, the moments, little scenarios flash back to your mind. Yeah. And then you're like in that same space again. Yeah. And then I agree with you. Like the best ones come out in those like even if it's sad, it's just like
even when it's sad, like it. So, and that's what's crazy because a lot of that shit came out of sometimes a lot of music. It would come out of sadness, but it sounds good. Yeah, like it sounds so good, but to everyone, you know. But to you, it's like it sounds good, but it's like
It's heavy. Yeah.
That shit is like, it's heavy on your heart. Because most of my music, like, I know when I'm making music from the heart or when I'm just trying to make something that slaps or sounds good. That's why, at the same time, I feel like it's hard for me to work with an artist because personally, as an individual, like, I'd rather make all my music, I'd rather make it where I can relate and it's from the heart.
So interesting that you say the music that you make, like this one right here, you like for listening and to vibe to get to that same space. Does that mean you don't want to really hear a vocalist on here?
Yeah, so for this, that's what I'm trying to work on too. So for these songs wise, I don't want to hear a vocalist on it. A lot of people do want to get on songs like this though, but I didn't make it for that. Like, I'm okay with people getting on that, but like, that's why I kept some of the words in the song on the other songs, you know.
Sorry for rapping over it.
Oh no, it's good, bro. Because like, sometimes like that's how it makes you feel though. It gives you like, oh, okay, like I want to rap to this, like.
But that's interesting because I guess I've met some who do like for the vibe, but then you really intentionally make it with that purpose of not necessarily having someone jump on it.
Yeah. So I don't even know where I got that from. It's just on SoundCloud a few years ago, I would just hear songs without artists. So I wanted to start making songs where it can remind you of something or make you feel something without a vocal on it. But what I've learned in my music career, which I'm not afraid to tell people, is that there's a disconnect there when you do that, because sometimes it's weird when people just hear a song without an art or without a vocal on it. They don't get that same feeling that you get, which is, I guess it's just me, you know? It's just how I feel about music. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like an art form. It's like, say I painted something and you're like, that's cool, but you should add this. As an artist, they might think it's perfect. And somebody telling them that, it's like, okay, but that's how you feel, you know?
Maybe it's because you're so connected to the beat and to that element of music without the vocals that it works perfectly for you.
Yeah.
But maybe because other people are so used to like the top 40 with vocals, right? That it takes them a moment to get into that space of, okay, let's just listen to this for the beat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, so I've never ever heard like somebody try to rap on that or sing on that or the other songs that you've been playing, but as you were doing it, I was like, oh shit, maybe somebody can get on shit like this. It's just like sometimes like you were saying, I make these for no artist to get on, but like if an artist was next to me while I was creating that song and they're doing what you're doing, like saying rhymes or just throwing ideas out, like singing little melodies, I'm like, oh shit, maybe an artist can get on this song. But when I'm in that zone, it's like I wasn't making it for the artist. So that's what I have to really work on, is how can I connect that? That's why I was kind of saying it's a little hard for me, because I'm still stuck on that other side of having no artists, of how I want my music to sound, you know?
Interesting.
That's where I need to work on though.
That's so different, because I've met a lot of producers who make beats for artists to get on.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, I need this. I want to get people on this beat.
Yeah.
I want them to record, get on this, homie.
Yeah.
Like that. And it is a different approach. Like to hear you who just wants to, this is your art form, and you like putting your music on a type of canvas.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you want to get into that space? Like, what do you see yourself in terms of progression in this music career? Is it to collab more, to really get your DJing events on?
Yeah.
What is it?
So producing wise, I do want to start working with artists. I just have to learn how to approach it the right way. But that is a goal, to work with more artists. But I'll know like when start making a song, I'll be like, okay, this song is not gonna have an artist. This song I want an artist on. So I do have beats where I do want artists on, but I do have songs where I don't want an artist on. So I still have that. Event-wise, I want to start throwing monthly events in the Bay, maybe in Oakland again.
Where was the last one? It
was at a
Oakland?
art gallery in Oakland. Art gallery in Oakland. So that one was real cool. Still figuring that out. It'll get there. I just want to get all the business stuff like legal. You know, the business side,
LLC
which I need
shit.
which I want to get into because I'm a business major too. So I'm still trying to finish school.
So you changed over from the film?
So I switched to business and I actually don't go to a physical class. I'm doing the entire program online.
At East Bay? CSU
At East Bay, yeah. So all my classes are online, so I don't have to worry about missing a class if I have a gig or if I have to be somewhere. You know, I can do it on my time, which really fit me, which I'm thankful for. Definitely thankful for figuring that shit out. And then, that was music. And DJ-wise, kind of just stick with my gut, stick what's in my heart. I don't want to do something just because it's popular. I want to play music that I feel I can see people vibe out to. Because when I do sets, and a lot of my friends as DJs too, they'll play stuff that you've never heard of, but you'll be like, "Damn, this shit is tight," which is what I like. But it's always cool to play stuff that everybody knows as well. You know, like shit. I'll just go with the theme of the party, pretty much. Yeah, that's how it is. And for the events, every party I plan on throwing, it's gonna have a different mood. Like one Too Close, that's the R&B party. Another one might be like a
Too Far. It's like missing someone.
Oh shit! Okay. Too Far, like all sad ass shit.
You better leave crying.
Yeah,
bro.
see, all different moods. All different moods, pretty much. Like shit, there might be a party where it's just all ratchet music.
Yeah.
Might be a party where it's like all the songs that they played in 8th grade at the dance. Like that.
And now no one will stop you from freaking, right?
Yeah, like go do that shit.
Do it.
Damn, I'm kind of rusty, bro. My knees kind of, you know.
Yeah, you start getting scared, like someone will separate you, like
like shit, bro. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's where I want to go, and I just want to help people. Keep doing the Homeroom Radio. I haven't done one since episode 5, just because the event kind of got in the way, and starting these new jobs, and just trying to balance life out. Like that's what me and my cousins really talk about, is trying to balance life out. Can't really get frustrated on shit. It's just balancing shit out, trial and error. Like this month, I kind of had to focus a little bit more on working a little bit. And I kind of had to focus on throwing Too Close rather than doing another Homeroom Radio and producing at the same time. So after I dropped this EP, I knew I needed a break. I needed a break from producing.
Was this your most recent EP?
Yeah, so that dropped end of August. And from then, I kind of took a break. But I still stayed on the creative side of music, throwing events, doing the radio stuff. It's a break from. It's like a little vacation, you know. Sometimes you need a little time.
But it's still music. It's still music.
It's still music. So that's what I like to do. Just stick within music, but balance some things out. Make sure you give enough time to everything, though. And it's okay if you have to put some stuff to the side and focus on one thing. So.
Word. So there's also questions I like to ask. This is the Filipino garage, right? So what's this called? Do you identify with your Filipino culture? And so how do you identify yourself?
Yeah.
You're like Filipino.
So let me tell you this, because that's interesting, because I know you do that a lot on your podcast. So, I do not speak Tagalog. And I don't understand it. When my dad moved here, he was like 7 or 8.
So he was born in the Philippines.
So my parents were born in the Philippines. They came here, like, you know. They told him to forget Tagalog and learn English only. Like, don't speak it anymore. So my dad doesn't speak it, but he understands it.
Who told him that? His parents? Or
somebody, bro. Somebody. So, like, it was never passed down to me. I do identify myself as Filipino, though. And what's weird is when I was in Irvine, I took a Chicano studies class. They kind of identify Filipinos with, like, Latinos and shit. So after that class, I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe I will identify myself as that out here. Like, I was like, oh fuck, okay, like, that's how you see it? Like, alright. So I consider myself a Filipino American, but I'm like, shit, I'm like fucking American. I wish I was a little bit more cultured on the shit. Like, I wish I understood Tagalog, you know? Like, my uncles, they'll speak to me in Tagalog and I'll be like, trying to guess what the fuck they say. It's either I'm right or I'm fucking totally off, bro. Like, or I'll be like, yeah. Or act like I didn't hear you.
Bye.
Like, shit. Like, yeah, that's where I'm at now. And I've never been to the Philippines, so, but I do want to go there. But I want to be more in touch with, like, the Filipino community and shit, because I am Filipino. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically where I'm at. Yeah.
And it's crazy to see the differences in people, like, who do know Tagalog, some who don't, right?
Yeah.
Who are in touch, like, who don't identify as Filipino. It's like a whole mix.
Yeah.
And I think that is what is beautiful, but it is cool to have these kind of little mini discussions. To, like, see what's up. How come we weren't raised to, like, speak Tagalog? Even your pops.
Yeah.
Right?
But, like, my brother does call me Kuya.
Yeah.
I have cousins that are half white, and they call each other Ate and Kuya.
Yeah.
Like, that's still passed on.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is still passed on, and all the respect shit is still passed on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's certain things, but they're major factors that, like, I feel like, oh, okay, damn, I kind of wish I knew how to speak Tagalog.
Yeah, it's never too late, bro.
Understood, bro. Like, shit, like, I might go to the Philippines and I need a fucking translator, bro, or some shit. Or it's like, I know they speak English out there, but, like, of course I want to identify or connect with you on that level, you know?
What's crazy is I've been to the Philippines a few times with Phil-Ams who were born here, right? Some who don't speak Tagalog, right? They don't understand. But consistently their vibe is once they get there, they just feel at home.
Yeah.
And then some of them pick up Tagalog pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah, like I have a homie born here, Daly City, Kevin. We went this last summer and we did some immersion trips to, like, different communities.
I seen that too.
Yeah, and he'd be like writing, jotting shit down, and he'd be getting it quick.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful to see, and I think it is like that desire to connect, and because we were kind of still raised in that Filipino culture with with some shit. Y'all still eat Filipino food, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right? It's still there. Right? It's still rooted, and it's just to kind of, like, think, oh, like, it's not to feel bad about ourselves if we don't, like, connect or aren't the same as every other, like, woke ass Filipino. But like, just to find the ways to participate. Yeah. And, you know, you still rep it, and like, to bring these folks to spaces where maybe music is the way to connect. Right? Shit, I want you to sample some, like, old school Filipino shit. I'm gonna send you some shit. I have a list of songs to sample. I have some shit that it would be dope if you could chop it up.
Yeah, send me over some shit, because I can probably do some stuff with nice. That'll be dope.
Cool. So to wind down a little bit, I like to close out with 3 pieces of advice that you would give to your younger self, right? If you would think maybe, like, either somebody who be coming up through music, wanting to get into production, or even like a homie who just went to UC Irvine, might be, like, feeling the lows or struggling, like, or 3 pieces of advice that you would give.
Okay. 1 piece of advice, school-wise, go to the school that fits you. Don't go to the school that's the best school. because that's what I did. I went to UC Irvine because like that's the name, UC Irvine. It's a good ass school. Go to the one that fits you, because I didn't like it over there. It was cool, but I didn't fit. I feel like I didn't fit there. So I would say go to the school that fits you, school-wise, right? And then secondly, another piece of advice would be just be yourself. Like, I'm still trying to be myself, still learning, still growing. Like, I might say something, like, practice what you preach, but sometimes you don't practice what you preach, but you catch yourself, you know? Yeah, so just kind of just figure out who you are and do you. Like, always do you. Third piece of advice is everything's gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be
it's
all
life. Sometimes shit don't go your way, but learn from it.
Yeah.
Just learn from it and be happy.
When, just to expound a little bit, when you say like be yourself, right?
Yeah.
And find that. Sometimes it's hard to do that. Like,
Yeah,
'cause, you know, and find out like what has helped you find out those aspects of yourself. Like, just as an example, maybe you'll give some guidance.
Being in the tough time, moving out and being alone in Irvine, that helped me. Being in different parts of California, like Bay Area, LA, Orange County, San Diego, just experiencing a lot of shit. Like, don't be afraid to just go out. Going out alone is cool too. It's scary, but you'll learn a lot. Like, shit, I'm alone. Like, am I just gonna fucking stand here? Like, a lot of people do go out alone. But besides that, like, how to discover who you are, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do. Like, I'm still trying to do that too, but I'm just more open with telling people how I feel. Like, I just sometimes, because it's when you hold all that shit in and you can't express it, it's just bottled up, and that's where you're like, what the fuck is bothering me? It's just so much shit that you threw under the rug that you don't even know anymore. And at that time, there was that one point in time where I was like, I don't even know what the fuck is, what's going on, like who I am and shit. It's just like you kind of lost and shit. But another thing too, bro, is like just having, just knowing like you have this is your life right now, and just live in the moment. You can be present. Don't think about the future too much. Like, you can plan for the future, but if you're always like living in the future, it won't. You're present. You're not living in the present. If you're living in the future, you're not living in the present. So do stuff now that will get you to where you want to be in the future. Like, little things will just help you find out who you want to be, what you like, figure out what you like. I didn't know what I liked. It's weird to say, because you can ask people, oh, what do you like? What do you like to do? Blah, blah, blah. How do you know what you like to do if you never tried shit? Just try a lot of shit. Do stuff that scares you. Get out of your comfort zone. Fucking reinvent yourself, bro. Reinvent yourself.
I like that one. How do you know what you like?
And it's like
if you don't try.
Dumb question, right? Like, what do you like? Some people say, I don't know.
Music.
Yeah.
I like going out.
Yeah, right? It's like, what do you really like? Because
is that what you like, or is that what you think other people like, so you like it too?
Is that what you think you like?
Yeah.
You know? It's hard. It's just be a human. Be a person. You're alive. You're alive. I want to feel stuff. I want to be happy.
Hey, shout out to that track, Feels. That was a good one.
A lot of people went in on that one.
Yeah, with the Feels challenge.
Yeah,
that was clean. Shout out to Brandon. He fucking killed that.
He did, though. He did. Shout out Brandon.
So I want to close out with these 2 last tracks. Let's vibe to this.
Cool. Let's vibe out.
I actually gotta play Closer first. It's a shorter one.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into the I Still Love You.
Yeah.
What is that about? I wonder. What is I Still Love You about? I wonder. Holy shit! Who would be talking about in these vibes, bro? Let's vibe out on this and see.
This one's closer than friends, you know.
Closer than friends?
Yeah. This one is about, you know, like you might be friends with somebody, but shit, start off as friends. What happens?
Speaking to me, boy.
Let's just have a movie night, just as friends.
Shit never happened. That shit's hard, man. Oh, we can talk about that.
Yeah. We can't do that. Hey.
We got Dre here.
Shout out KuyaChris podcast.
Hey, we got the vibe. Okay. Who are you thinking of that drag, bro?
I mean, it's not specifically for anybody. It's just like sometimes you might have met somebody, and then you start off as friends. You're like, okay, let's see where this can go. I'm currently in that position right now, but shit.
Yeah, I still love you about this one.
This one can just be like shit. You might just still love somebody. Pretty much it. See, and then this one is like somebody actually singing on it. It's the acapella version of an older song.
Yeah. By who?
702, I think. I think it's 702. Featuring Pharrell.
Oh, what?
Yeah. That's the one who's singing I Still Love You.
702. I don't think I'd listen.
Yeah.
It's not super old.
No, it's actually maybe like 10 years ago only.
That's already old.
That's our throwback.
Old, yeah.
That's our throwback. Let me see if I
getting
can.
old, bro.
We getting wise.
Getting wise.
Yeah, 702. I Still Love You. Yeah, and the theme was was like mostly dancey vibes.
Yeah,
mostly dancey vibes.
Yo, I feel that vibe sometimes, especially when you go through that breakup and you think like, why did we break up?
Yeah.
Right? And then you realize like love can be different things even if you're not together.
Yeah,
right?
Like say that you didn't have to be in love to think about this song that has to do with a girl. Like love has to do with liking each other also. You could have just liked her. It's just another aspect. Like love is huge. Love is a big thing.
Oh, you just switched up the beat here, bro. I like that feeling when my face scrunches. Like, ooh, I can see something here, right here. Fit something in this. Hey.
Yeah.
Some of the switches in music, those sometimes really get me the most.
Yeah.
Like you're on a certain vibe, then it goes boom, boom.
Hit you in another place. Like,
yeah.
oh, shit.
Yeah. Still similar vibe, but it gets you bouncing in a different way.
Hell yeah.
Hey, like right here.
Yeah. Slow it down a little bit, right? Yeah.
It's that poetic shit. It's like I still love you the way that you be.
Yeah, somebody could have like spit some shit on here.
You and us together. I won't ever forget you. Like shit like that. Like the deep poetic shit. They're like, damn.
Like,
my God, metaphors.
Busting out all the metaphors and shit, bro.
Word. Let me put this here real quick. Hey, that shit was clean.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you listening and feeling that.
Yeah. Do we have an upcoming project? Anything folks should watch out for?
Nothing planned right now. I do plan on. So my next focus is like working with artists. So maybe I'll produce an EP that has all artists, or I'll just start producing songs for different types of artists. But I'm kind of more focused on building Homeroom Radio and building these events. I want to make sure I get these monthly events going. Yeah.
So hit up Dre Who to try to collaborate.
Yeah, I'm always down to
y'all are
collab.
down.
I'm always down to show love. Like, if I fuck with you, I'm gonna let you know. If I like your shit, I'm gonna let you know.
How can people get in touch with you?
My Instagram is Dre _ it's an underscore, right?
I think
Little
so. I'm not
fucking-
sure. Let me double check.
Yeah, Dre _ who _ Twitter's the same thing. Dre _ who _ and then Snapchat Dre.Q_CUE. And then look up my SoundCloud, just Dre _ who.
Okay, a few questions though.
Yeah.
How did you get that name?
So I used to go by Dre Q because my last name's Cuevas, so it's CUE. And then on the turntables or whatever, CDJs, there's a Q button. And I was a DJ, so I was like DJ Dre Q.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I was like, fuck, I need to reinvent myself because I'm trying to be a producer, be seen more as a producer, artist, rather than a DJ. So I wanted, when people heard my shit, they'd be like, who's this? Dre Who? Because they're asking who's by. By me, Dre Who. They're like, Dre Who? Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I wanted to switch it up. Like, I didn't want to continue being Dre Q anymore. Basically just reinvented myself, switched up the name. It was weird at first, so I was like, how would people see this shit? But shit, I fuck with the name.
Yeah,
bro.
fuck it. That's dope. What is also Full Salute? I hear that tag.
Yeah, Full Salute was like me and my two best friends. We just did like a little crew. But I'm kind of doing my own thing right now, just because I want to focus more on myself and see what I can do alone. And we're kind of all doing our figuring out life. So what we had going on, we all helped each other, but both of them live in LA right now, the two of them, and they're figuring stuff out. I'm trying to figure stuff out, but we're always here to support each other. So as of right now, like, it's just Dre Who, and we just rocking with it. Yeah, so I want to see what I can do as an individual. Like, I have confidence in myself, and I think I just want to see how far I can take it with me, and just venturing out and seeing how others can help me as well. Because when I was with Full Salute, it was like strictly just us three, and it was fun. It was fun, but now I just want to switch it up a little bit. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for coming on. It was dope to chop it up.
Thank
Hopefully
you,
we hear more
man.
music coming out,
Had
man.
fun. Don't forget to send me those things.
Yes.
that
We
you
need
wanna
more
hear.
R&B, fam. We need. I'm pushing for that. I'm feeling the dance vibe too.
Yeah.
I can see some like almost Latina, like kind of like swagger on that shit with that dance. Because then it's not. It doesn't seem too EDM.
Yeah.
Right. Because a little bit too much EDM is a little too strong.
Yeah.
It gets a little tiring unless you're like on the fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking chewing that gum. You got that pacifier. You know, this guy's laughing because he knows what that shit's about. Like, yeah,
This shit's tight.
This shit's fucking tight. But if you're just listening to that on the low, like it's a little too much. But the tempo that you at with these ones is good.
Yeah,
I feel it.
So, and I'll send you letters too to see like the evolution, and that's what was the release was about too. Was it's just an evolution of my production that I'm not bounded to do one style of music. I can also do other styles. So here you go and listen to it. That's what I wanted to show. Because when you hear Letters, you're gonna be like, it's all kind of like Save Me.
Okay.
It's all kind of like Save Me or Slower. And you better be like, oh shit, I knew what Dre was talking about. This fool was real life in love, bro.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I mean, shit, if you listening, he has a track here called I Still Love You, fam.
Oh my God.
Shit. So,
I mean, dude, that
hit him up.
that can be about like you being mad at your mom, and you're like, oh, I still love you though, mom.
Hey, that's true. That ain't though. I know why you wrote that. I feel the vibe.
You felt the vibe.
I felt the vibe.
You're right, because I make all my shit from the heart.
It's on the vibe, man. Bro. I feel it. I understand that. I understand. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get back together, because sometimes you can still love them, you know.
And that's why, you know, I just wanted to put that shit out there. Like, you could, like, it's okay to still feel like that sometimes, because people do feel like that. And, like, go ahead and tell people how you feel. Like, I want to use my music to let people know it's okay to have feelings.
Yes. And sometimes it ain't always going to be clear.
Yeah.
Like what it is, like in the bigger picture, but at least you put it out there.
Yeah. Right? Like maybe I'll be like, I'll make that like, damn, I can't believe I was feeling that at that time.
And yo, I could just feel it now, right? The beauty of doing that is that you can actually give context for other people to put their feelings there.
Yeah.
Right? And it's almost like it becomes your self-therapy, but it's also helpful for other people.
Yeah,
That like, okay, damn, he's also feeling that.
Yeah.
Oh, he still loves her in that way, but maybe they're not together anymore, but maybe I can feel that for my ex. Like, be happy for them.
Yeah.
And still love them, but it's like, understanding that we're not going to be together anymore, but I still love you, and still be able to say that. Like, it's actually helpful to see other people like you speak on it and then put it out there so we feel that we're not alone.
Right? Because for me, like, I was always one to not show my feelings and shit when it came to that type of emotions, but shit, I just wanted to get out of my comfort zone and like show how I'm feeling and shit. Like if I'm happy, I'm gonna let you know. If I'm sad, let's put it in a song and make a sad ass song. Let's you know,
fucking put on a podcast. I still love you. I still love you, but we ain't together no more.
Damn, KuyaChris, I feel like that song really touched your soul, bro.
I'm gonna record to this right now. Give me the non-vocal track.
I'm gonna just give you the beat. I'm gonna just give you the beat.
Let's see where that bounce goes. Collab coming out. Watch out. A few months.
The KuyaChris remix.
KuyaChris Dre, who? Let's go. For sure. Do you have any last words for anyone?
Last words, man. I'm just happy that you let me do this, man.
Sure,
like I like, appreciate you, appreciate everything. I appreciate what you're doing.
For sure.
It's cool to see what you're doing. Podcasts, the spoken word shit, Berkeley, bro. That's big.
For sure.
Doing the Philippines shit.
Okay, enough about me, bro. Like, message about you.
No, but that's, see, like,
look, I know I feel
see,
you.
like, I'm telling you how I feel about you, bro. And, like, it's weird to hear, like, people say that to you. It's like, how do you take that? Like, or sometimes it's new to people. So it's like, shit, it's new to people. Like, shit, I'm just trying to tell people how I feel about you. I feel you're tight. I rock with you, bro.
For sure.
I rock with you. Keep doing you.
And I need to see another homebrew episode, bro.
Yeah. Homeroom Radio's real soon. Homeroom Radio.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is it homeroom?
Yeah,
I've been calling it homebrew. My bad.
Homebrew?
Homebrew.
Oh shit.
BREW.
Oh, that is a good name.
Homebrew, because that's actually one of those old. It's actually like a tech word, like homebrew. Like it's like your own.
I thought my headphone was fucking up when you was saying that shit. Nah, but yeah, Homeroom Radio.
Shit,
yeah, I like that shit too, because it's really similar to this.
Yeah.
Just
and I want more like brown people doing radio and shit, doing podcasts,
yeah.
because we don't have that much
see?
of our own stories
Cool.
out there.
We're
And
gonna
I
do
get a
that.
lot out of it too, bro.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, I got inspired. I still on my mind that coffee shop shit.
Bruh.
I have a song that I'm writing with a friend, Coffee Shop Blues, bro.
Ooh,
like we
shit.
feel that. We feel that vibe. It's real.
Yeah.
Right?
So
And-
for Homeroom Radio, bro, like I'll just tell people what it's about if they've never heard it. So it's just a conversation among different creatives, and creatives can be musicians, artists, singers, but it doesn't have to be music. It can be, I see cooking as an art, dancing as an art, writing as an art. These are all different art forms. These are all expressions of your art forms, photography. So it's not strictly music. It's different types of creatives that are doing what they love. And I want to highlight that because sometimes people, they don't get noticed. And I see you and I want to tell you, like, I see what you're doing and I like that. And it's inspiring me. Even though you're like, how? It is. It just is. That's just how I work. That's how I figured out how I work. And when you, it's just like when you spread positivity and all that shit, like when you get it back, it's cool.
Yeah.
And when you give it and then like you see people's reactions, like it puts a smile on their face too. Sometimes people need that.
Yep.
Sometimes people just need like, damn, I've been working hard. And sometimes they don't reflect and see until somebody says something. And they're like, wow, okay, cool. So yeah.
Fuck, more power, bro.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
shoot.
Much love.
All
Much love. Much
love.
love. Ah.